Hello everybody, and welcome to a quick little video. I just wanted to let you guys know that this is your last chance for the month of July to become a patron of ours on Patreon. So if you go to patreon.com/OSWguild, you can support us there. Literally any amount helps. And I'll get to why in a second, but yeah, I'll put the link in the description below. You can go there and check it all out. Why do we have a Patreon? You might ask. You may already know this if you've been on the channel for pretty much the entirety of the summer, but if not, then let me bring you up to speed. We want to create a really high-quality tabletop RPG show in the vein of Critical Role, except with us and doing it in the Star Wars universe, in our Star Wars games that we've had going for about half a year now, and it's getting really good. By the time we finish what we're going to consider episode 1 of our game, we'll pretty much be ready to start the series, and we'll start in episode 2, which is a pretty fitting place to start for all the viewers to start watching, because it'll give you an idea of, like the Star Wars universe at hand, because we're playing in the Force Awakens universe, and I think it works really well to start in like an episode 2, because that's what the Star Wars movies do. There's predetermined history there that will already be there. That said, we are going to put up videos and guides of the game and everything, and like how the game is played, for instance, and we will put up videos of like the story thus far, and you guys are getting a little bit of that with my storytime videos, but not as much or in depth as I would like. That said, we want a certain quality to the show, and it takes a lot of money to do that. Well, a reasonable amount. I shouldn't say a lot, because a lot of money is like 20 grand. A reasonable amount is what we're asking for, which is about 2 to 3, which surprisingly enough is really, really cheap for pro grade stuff that we're getting. And we're working out some deals with the companies to make it even cheaper. But at the end of the day, with this month about to tick over, we'll be able to pick up our soundboard, our mixing board, and one of the microphones, which will increase the quality of the audio on not just the show, but on everything we do on the channel, like significantly. You'll notice the difference as soon as I have it, and I swear you will notice the difference. But when I get the equipment, probably in a couple weeks, it takes a little bit to ship expensive stuff like that out, I will be able to, and I plan to make a video to show you how it all works, why we need it, and what the difference between this microphone and mixer is compared to just using like headsets or like really crappy Blue Yeti microphones, let's be honest, than using this pro grade stuff. And honestly, a lot of the quality will come from not just the microphone, but that mixer. The mixing board is something that is required for the show to happen the way that we want it to happen, and the way that will be best presented to you guys. And I'm really excited to get that. It's something that I've needed for a while. And again, like I said, I'll show you why and everything once I get it. I'll make a really cool video. But we should be able to get that by the end of the month, which will be really cool. So if you want to support that, make sure that happens. Patreon.com/OSWguild. On that same vein, we have a lot of other things on that list that we need, but we will probably put out a little playthrough, like a short one-off of the Force Awakens beginner game that we got, which isn't even out yet. So the fact that we can present to you guys and show you guys like this is what the beginner game will be like, will be really, really cool. It's something we're looking forward to. Plus, it helps Fantasy Flight out because it sells the game, which is why they sent it to us to begin with as an early copy. And by playing through it, you will also get a feel for the different players, which I think will be important before we just head in straight to our awesome series, which will, now that I'm thinking about it, will probably happen mid to late fall. That's kind of what we're shooting for, because that's about when our chapter 1 will finish, about roughly, depending on when the players get through the content that I have for them, which will be considered the end of chapter 1. Either way, mid to late fall is what we're shooting for. We're picking up a lot of this equipment on our own, and considering I'm the only one that does this full time, and even then I'm just like barely scraping by. Like, ad revenue is terrible. An individual view on ad revenue for videos is like a cent to a few cents. And when you get, we get about 100,000 views a month across the entire channel, which is pretty good. It still amounts to like barely anything. So I like right now scraping by, and the Patreon is what is allowing us to do the series, because it's basically you guys making sure that happens, instead of me trying to figure out monetarily how to do it. That said, the other guys on our channel, they like have full-time jobs, and they're going to put in money for this as well, because that's what they want. They want this series to happen, and this equipment is really cool, and it's really exciting to be able to share our game, which we know is really good, and has been just getting better and better, especially as we get better at playing it, to share it with you guys, and to show you guys like what is possible in the like tabletop RPG scene with Star Wars, and what kind of really cool things can you do with these systems, and not to mention the fact that we can help you guys out and possibly provide a community where you can find players for a game to play on Roll20 or maybe locally, which would be really cool. And we want to see those stories happen, and we want to make sure that we present the game in its best light. And in order to do that, we need this crazy equipment, which is, again, really exciting to be able to get, because some of it is stuff that I've needed for quite some time, and it will just increase the quality across the channel, across the board. So if you want to make sure that happens, once again, patreon.com/OSWguild. I'll put the link in the description. If you have any questions, please ask them. I'm like more than willing to answer any questions related to this topic. And I'm actually kind of excited to. Like, if you seriously have any questions, let me know. But with all that being said, we shall see you guys next time.